Good morning, YouTube, and everyone who is watching. Well, good morning for me, I guess. Bon dia, boa tarde, in Swedish, good morgon, morgon, hello. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another video. It's me, it's your boy, Rare. I'm back. I'm live again, and yeah, let's just get straight into it. Today, we're going to be doing the professions and races faction survey for the Classic Plus. I don't want to get too far from the mic with the Classic Plus survey. I've been going through the whole survey. I don't want to beat around the bush as much as I did like last time, which was yesterday from that recording. But yeah, so we're ready to do the next survey, next part of the survey. Just to let you guys know, you don't really have to watch this video. It's just me reading the questions you guys see here, and you know, basically it's just me going through it, giving my takes on it, and then obviously wanting to hear what you guys say in the comment section. There's the previous videos. I think this would be video number 4. This is gonna be upload number 4. I have done every single part of the survey going from left to right, so I decided that would just be easier for me, easier for people to like look through, know which one is coming next, etc, etc, etc. I will be making a playlist, and eventually I will be time stamping each survey. I just want to upload them, get them out, work on them. If you want to put the timestamps in the comment section below, like intro, when I start XYZ. But yeah, so we've done all of these, done the intro, cancel. We've done all of these here just to let you guys know. And then now we're on player. We did this one, which actually took the longest. This was the previous video. The other one we did, which was zones, it didn't actually take that long. So yeah, today we'll be doing professions. We'll be doing the professions and races. I think this one will take a while, and I think this one will actually be a bit shorter. So we have like a nice balance of what's left. Now systems, I haven't even looked at the systems really. I mean, there's PvP, which is going to be really fun. I don't PvP much in retail, but in Classic, I think I would be PvPing more. Even in like TBC and Wrath, I PvP'd a lot more. Even in Kata, I PvP'd more. But like, I think once Legion or after Legion came out, I just kind of, I was hoping BFA would be like the one that would give me more. And I just have my little Warcraft like music in the background here. Just the TBC playlist there. Let's see, economy. Reputation. Oh, this is gonna be really interesting. So yeah, we're gonna be going through these last. We have these two. We'll do one video, just to let you guys know. We'll do those two. Then we're going to systems. We'll do these two, which is economy and itemization on another video. So if you're expecting that, don't stick around. And we're going to do mechanics and PvP. Mechanics will be very interesting because I do raid, and I think most of you guys are raiders. I could be wrong, but I imagine most WoW players are raiders. Well, no, the majority is actually casuals. But anyways, let's get into it. And again, if you like this kind of video, please leave a like. It helps me out a ton. If you want to go support me, even if you don't even give me money, like I don't care about your money. I care more about you popping in my stream, coming and chatting with me. I play all sorts of games, so if I'm not playing WoW at that time, just come in and say hello and say, hey, when you're playing WoW, I wouldn't mind. I wouldn't be offended by it. I'll be like, hey, look, blah, blah, blah. You know, I do take my WoW breaks from time to time. You know, been playing the game since like late. I basically dinged 60 when TBC came out. Like it was like a month before TBC, so I don't really count it. I did like Onyxia. I went to Onyxia run, and then I pulled the drag. I pulled like something. I think I pulled Onyxia really early, and then I pulled the webs because I had no idea what I was doing on my hunter. I was a huntard, you know. That title was definitely awarded towards, you know, 14, 15-year-old, 16-year-old me, right? But yeah, anyways, so let's do the profession survey. I'm going to be honest with you guys. I don't have a lot of takes on the professions. Also, if you want me to move this thing, like, I don't know, like, I like that you guys can see it, but yeah. But yeah, anyways. So first things first. Let's talk about the classic survey. I'm going to try to be more consistent. I keep improving with each video. I feel like I am, maybe I'm not, but I feel like I'm improving with each video. And don't forget to have a cup of water nearby. Like when you're making videos and stuff, or you're watching with me, just grab yourself a nice, you know, big old freaking tankard of water, and then just all right. It's super hot, by the way. It's summertime, middle of freaking July 2026. We're waiting for, you know, BlizzCon. It's 2 months from now. So it'll be fun to look at this video. Like, whatever we get and be like, haha, this was correct, this was wrong. A little mandatory sneeze because it's been really dusty, like in Malta. I live in Malta, by the way, but I'm Swedish. So yeah, let's get into it. All right, so first of all, just disclaimer, and I always say this in every video, I feel like what Blizzard should do when Classic Plus does go live, this is my opinion on this, right? I feel like Blizzard should make sure that the player base who gets to... So first of all, Blizzard should give us polls on things, like important things, like votes, professions, etc., etc. Give us a poll, let us poll it, right? And the people who can vote for the poll, right? So it's like it needs to hit, I don't know, 100,000 votes at least. And then of that votes, it needs to be like who is voting for what, right? And the poll needs to be like I don't know, like multiple options. It should be like, should paladins get Divine Storm? Yes. Make it like Wrath. No. Make it like no, too overpowered. Make it like this. Make it like Kata, whatever. Like, you know, because Divine Storm kind of changes throughout the years. And I'm just using Divine Storm as an example, but like it's like a generic like. Yes, and then it should be like if you're playing a paladin, like you have a registered paladin that's over level like 50 or something, or I don't know, 40, you should have like maybe like a ×2 vote, and if you're 60, maybe a ×3 vote, so your vote matters more, I feel like, because there could be other people that just hate paladin, and they're just like, fuck paladins, I'm gonna vote no because they're fucking OP and blah blah blah, I'll make them too unfun. You know, so that's my take on it. I don't know. Maybe it shouldn't be like that. Whoa, there's a hair in my beard. Hello, my wife's hair. Okay, just tangle up. It could be my kids' hair. I'm actually not sure. Anyways, let's get into it. Okay, so Classic Plus survey professions. Okay, so I'm gonna try and read them, and I'm gonna do my best to make it sound like I'm actually reading the question, because I tend to mumble a bit even in my last video. But yeah, so professions. How much would you enjoy the current profession? How much you can enjoy the current profession system in Classic WoW? I mean, it could be much better, right? I would say it's like a 3 maybe. It's not terrible. Like I don't hate it, but like I enjoy it. It's like a 10 of enjoyment, but I don't like it could be much better, you know. Right, the professions. How much you enjoy them? I don't have a preference. Like, I mean, engineering is definitely number 1, right? Like, engineering is just vastly cooler. Engineering number 1. I think enchanting and tailoring are really nice. Alchemy is up there. Tailoring. I think cooking is fun as well. Like, alchemy is probably fishing is probably the least enjoyable, but I don't dislike it. It's not interactive. It's vastly just, yeah. I do enjoy like a little mining here and there. I'm gonna put it above these. I don't enjoy skinning as much. Yeah, probably in this order. Leatherworking, yeah. Herbalism is below mining. Yeah, something like this probably. How useful do you believe in the current profession system? How useful do you believe the current profession system is in the vanilla World of Warcraft of the following? For leveling, how useful? It's like a 4 maybe. For raiding, probably like a 6. For PvP, I mean, engineering, right? Or like a 7. It's actually really strong. How much do you agree with the following statements? Many ingredients require crafting professions are too hard to find. Strongly agree. Strongly agree. Should gather professions change to secondary professions? Yes, dude. This, I'm sorry. This is gonna be my one rant for professions. Hear me out, right? I know people are going to be like, yeah, but bro, the economy is going to get fucked up, bro. Listen, they can make new, listen, okay? They're going to add new ore and shit. Hear me out, right? They're going to add new ore or ways to combine 2 different ores and make a new ore or whatever, right? However they add it. they're gonna make new requirements for professions. Like, let's say, you know, when we get into expansion, we have like what's it called? A fell ore, right? Fell ore, right? Get fell ore. It's very high demand at the start, and then it drops off, and then it's like dirt cheap, right? That can still be in vanilla and classic plus. They don't have to add fell ore. They can add something else that makes sense. And I had an argument with my friend because in other games that I play, like Black Desert Online, there you can gather everything and you can do every profession. No, I don't think you should be able to do every profession, like crafting profession, but I do think that gathering should be a secondary profession, just like, and I think like tailoring is really weird because it's like tailoring and enchanting are gathering and like a crafting profession. So it's like, it's kind of weird, you know? Now, what I would suggest is so hear me out, right? And this is my counter argument, so you guys can make your points. I'm going to try to be quick on it. So the counter argument is like, well, it'll ruin the economy. It doesn't make sense. It's too overpowered for you to have every gathering profession as a secondary profession, right? So you could just have all of them. Your characters should just essentially, like, you still maybe can go to the trainer and learn them, but essentially you should just start off with them. You shouldn't even have to learn it like level 1. You should just be able to like, oh shit, like I'm going to try and mine this. Like, you'll be shit at it, but you can at least start, you know? Obviously you probably won't have a pickaxe, so it, you know, it makes no sense, but you get my point, right? Like, you could just walk around. We can argue that, like, okay, go to the trader, whatever, right? Go to the next point. How cool is it, right, that you can have one profession for crafting, all the gathering professions, so, you know, even including including fishing, first aid, herbalism, like. But you can have your one profession, right? So I'm not trying to make everyone overpowered or make you have to like have 2 professions. 2 professions would be cool too. Like, I'm all for having mining and engineering or whatever if you're like a warrior, or tailoring and engineering if you're a mage, or whatever and engineering, or whatever and engineering. You get my point, right? I think it's cool to have that one profession where you're actually good at, because what ends up happening, right? And this is my counter arguments, right? Is that most high skilled players end up having a druid alt that has mining and herbalism, and you just go around the world and, well, okay, like in flight form usually, but you go around the world herbing everything and then sending it to your herbalists, or your alchemists, sorry, and then you make your potions there. So like, you're not even playing on your main character. You're not even doing stuff on your main character. And you could argue, well, yeah, that takes work and it's time and you have to like another, it's not mandatory. It's not really mandatory, but the whole interaction of, let me go on my alts that I have to level, that I feel stressed to level, that I need to level, and let me go on my alt and be like, hey, listen, I need to go on this druid, I need to continue leveling my druid, so I can have like mediocre gear in it, and then run on like Eastern Plague Lands or something and gather something, you know, or whatever. Like, or my druid is only this level, I can only gather these, you know, and it's cool to have it. Like, don't get me wrong, you should still be able to have it, you should still be able to, but I do think like running on your main, you're like on your way to a raid, oh shit, or I don't really mind it, but I know Jimmy needs one of these freaking I don't know, needs he's still leveling his thingy ore, so he's gonna pick it up from like, I don't know, whatever. I'm trying to think of like vanilla freaking ore off the top of my head. You get my point, right? You're running around, you see like a Arthur's tear or whatever the fuck it's called. You know, you're just like, I'm not a herbalist, or I'm not a alchemist, but I have a friend who is. I have an alt who has, you know. Like, your main should be able to gather everything. Your main, it should feel good, like walking around and being like, oh yeah, dude, like, you know what would be nice? Like, and the interaction between that, like, yeah, you can say, well, you know, the guy is just gonna, like all the bots are just gonna gather everything anyways. The bots are gonna gather anything anyways, right? Everything anyways, right? So it's not even like, that's not even an argument, right? This is, in my opinion. And you could say, well, it'll be too much ore and stuff on the marketplace. It'll be too Honestly, fuck them. Let it be over minded. Let it be over gathered. But then make it so it's like, change how the nodes work. Don't let them be like, this is the path you take. Let it be like they spawn differently and it's more varied, and then they don't always spawn at a certain place, or they're not like, there's no way to like, you know, Like there's some ways you could change spawn rates, you know, or make it so that like you have to fight some mobs to get to like a good ore, you know, or whatever, and then let it be like, or let the ore be like locked to you. You know, there's ways to make it, but then you have that like really nice player interaction, right? You have the nice player interaction where wait, this is a bit loud, isn't it? I feel like it is. Whatever. I don't think. Maybe is it too loud? I'm not sure. Whatever. We'll just lower it a little bit. So, I think if you have the play interaction, like you mine something on the way to, or you hub something, and then I'll give you an example, right? You're on your way to raid again, right? You're doing Bolton Core, right? The new Bolton Core, right? And there's some like herbs there, right? There's these new fiery herbs. You can go pick them up, and they're like really crucial for the potions for that raid. And you're like, you know, you obviously have an alchemist in your raid group, right? There's, you know, Jessica over here. She's an alchemist, right? And you just pick it up, and you're like, hey, Jess, you can make these potions, and you just give her the freaking herbs that you just picked up. It feels so like we talk about classic WoW, like not even classic WoW. We talk about classic WoW. The interactions between players is what makes Classic WoW different than other versions of WoW. Other versions of WoW is click the button and teleport and then don't talk to anyone from like a billion people in like different servers. They're not even on the same server. Now, we can get into whole like server stuff, like should there be one major server? I think it should be, but you know, or like two big servers, like one PvE, one PvP, you know, whatever. But we'll get into that later. But, you know, and then maybe you do still feel kind of like alone in this like vast void of humans, but I feel like interacting with your guildies, with people close by, or like, oh yeah, you know, I want to sell these, just put them on the market, or I want to level this profession on my alt, I'll just gather this stuff and then put it in and send it to my alt, so my alt is like leveling, like they'll still herb and stuff, but you know, and the part that would make you the big money would be like, you'll still be able to find the expensive stuff. You'll still be able to like, they'll launch some new stuff. And yeah, everything might be oversold or oversaturated. And I you know, they could be but I don't think the other option is like, they're going to do it anyways. They're just going to do it on their druid alt, or there's going to be bots and people are going to buy gold illegally. You know, I'd rather just like farm it myself and then like gathered on my main. Like I think it's so cool watching my character interact with like an ore or a mine. Just like I think it's so cool. Like it's so satisfying. Like I'm not even like a farmer, but I think it's so satisfying. I'm on my main, I'm running around. Oh, shit, look, an ore. Ding, ding, ding. Oh, nice. Okay. And in Black Desert, the economy has not crashed. Like there's certain things, it works differently because there's like a min price and a max price things sell for, and players can determine where that like the bar is, like let's say this, and the players determine where on that bar it is. But you can't ever go down like copper ore will never go below 15 silver each, you know, something like that, right? Or 10 silver each, or whatever it is, or 1 copper. I don't know. Like there's like an inherent value that it will always get sold for. And Blizzard kind of has that already with like a vendor price, you know. So yeah. Raise for a little bit. Okay, so I'm gonna just load again. Okay, so next question. We can debate more about the like profession stuff, but this is definitely like gathering should just be a secondary profession. It should just be. I would rather it be in the game at the start, we see how it is, and then it'd be like, all right, nah, dude, it's too overpowered or something. And I don't think it will happen. Don't get me wrong, for sure it won't happen. But yeah. So should professions give XP? I'm not sure. Like, I think yes. Why not? Sure. Maybe only gathering. I don't say why not. Like, it's kind of fun. Like, give you a little extra like XP on the side. You know, why not? Should professions be rebalanced to give more value to diverse profession choices? Engineering less required. Sure. I don't see why not. Less required. So, like, you mean like other professions should be strong as engineering? I don't see why not. I do think it's good that there is a engineering is like the PvP profession, but I think it's cool that like, oh yeah, he doesn't have the engineering stuff, but he has like really like sharp weapon stones and really like insane plating on his armor because he's like a blacksmith or he's an armor smith, and he has like more defenses, like he has maybe like more resistance on his gear or something. Like he could put like free frost resist on his I don't know, insert piece of armor that doesn't have an enchant. Should Classic Plus add professions specialization, e.g. dragons, skill, leatherworking, armor smithing to more professions? Check all that apply. Honestly, yeah, all of them. Any new profession, crafting profession as well. Honestly, do it for all. Just do it for all. Do it for all. I don't mind. Let there be like a cloak specialist. Let there be like a bracer specialist. Let there be, and then make them like good at different things. Like they should always have like some kind of fair like advantage. But then let it be like, okay, so the cloak specialist is like maybe not that they make cloaks, but they can like weave in a enchant onto the cloak, you know, or weave in like let's say if you're choosing a cloak versus a bracer specialist, right? Maybe the cloak specialist is like able to do something crazy like a slow fall, so you'll take it on a warlock, but as a mage you wouldn't want it, so you'd rather go for the bracer one that will give you like, I don't know, frost resist or 5 frost damage or some shit, or mana return or something. And each profession, like it could be like your specialist on gloves, and then you can allocate them later, right? Or you can like you can like, I don't think you should like unlearn the profession, but there should be like some like it should be like half your profession is gone. Like you should start at like, you know, like at a major pushback, you know. No, leave the ones that exist, but don't wait. No, leave ones that exist, but don't make more. No. Should gear crafted while you're leveling be more relevant and accessible? Honestly, I don't mind. Like I don't care about crafting gear that much. I think it's cool to craft it, but it's like you go out of your way to make some gear that might be gone in like 10 levels, but it's like those 10 levels could be like the most annoying levels, you know? So I'm all for it. Like, just, yeah, why not? Should profession quests require that you learn the profession, that you learn the profession to complete, allowing you to purchase the item from someone that profession, wait. Should profession quests require that you learn the profession to complete, or allow you to purchase items from someone with a profession set? Profession gating adds unique experiences. Yes, allow me to purchase. I think you should be able to purchase. I think this is healthy because you know that this item will always be like on a value, and they can do this like so often. Like this is how they make things go up in value. Hey, copper ore is dirt cheap. Oh well, we have this like vendor now for this one quest, this one-time quest, and then like everyone and their mother needs like 20 copper ore or something, you know. Like it's so easy to like inflate the markets really quickly. It's like free cheap 20 gold or something, like something crazy. Like it could be like down the line when gold is like 20 gold or something, but you know what I mean. Like you're like level 60, you do a quest, it's like, I don't know, it's after an axe and it's just like, hey, you want 20 gold? Maybe it could be like a weekly, you know, just like, hey. And I think it's fine. And if you've been slacking on your copper or you've been selling it or whatever, like, yeah, sure, whatever. That being said, let's move on to the next one. Should you be able to use gathering professions on corresponding elements, like in TBC? I think you should. I think TBC gathering is pretty good. Should Black Lotus be more accessible? Yeah, I guess. I think they should make it in a way where it's like, Black Lotus is kind of crazy. Like Blacklist Lotus, Blacklist Lotus? Yes, we're gonna call it that from now on. The Blacklist Lotus, Yeah. I think yes. I think it should be more accessible. Maybe like make it so it's like, you know, it's like single, like each person has their own sort of spawn. A little bit cold with this AC on. All right. So, okay. So now we have completed the profession ones. We're going to the factions and survey. Okay. So factions, races, and factions. So I'm going to be honest with you. I'm going to have some hot takes because, again, I like Wrath and TBC. I'm going to be honest. Maybe I'm not the player that should be like wanting these things for vanilla, because I love vanilla. I really love vanilla. I do like Wrath a bit more. Vanilla is magical though. Like vanilla is magic. Wrath is like, whoa, you know. Wrath is like, we're coming into the game, you know. And maybe because I was young and I was like, even in TVC, I was like PvPing. I had gladiator gear. Like I didn't get gladiator, but I had like, you know, I had like epics. I know what I was doing to some degree. But I also think that some races should just not be in the game or replayable. I'm also not against like Vulpera. Like I know people hate Vulpera. I just think they're just like, is it for the Horde or is it like, why are they only Horde? You know? And I'm not against them, but they also look like they don't fit in Vanilla's world. But it's weird because I feel like Draenei do. Like Draenei is so ingrained. Like Blood Elves Draenei are so ingrained. Pandaren, I mean, Chen Stormstorm does exist in Warcraft 3, right? He's with the Thrall and stuff, right? So he's like I guess he's like a troll character. Like he's kind of like just haha like for fun character, but he's still there, and he is a race that is existing in WoW. I think they definitely could add Magar Horks. I think they could add Kultirans. I think we need to have ogres. Like in order, ogre should be in first. Like in order, ogre. We need the big trolls as well. I think Dark Iron Dwarf would make an amazing thing. I think Pandaren, goblins are neutral. This should just be a neutral faction. Worgen can be in the game. I don't think Void Elves should be, but I think High Elves should be, and Alliance should get High Elves. Give Blood Elf, High Elf, you know, give Draenei, give ogres to Horde, Draenei till the Alliance. That would actually make it, and then make it at the start. Don't like in the next 10 years we'll get Draenei and like stuff. Like just let us have some of the races at the start. Don't just make it make sense, you know? Just make it make sense and it'll be fine. The Zandalari trolls, I'm okay with Zandalari, even though we fight them a lot. Earthen, no, I'm done with Murlocs. Centaurs, I think it'd be cool to see them. Nightborn, High Mountain Tauren, it's just the same as normal Tauren. I don't know how they're gonna add that into the race. Completely new race we've never seen. Any other? Make Manari Horde and Draenei Alliance blue-red theme and give ILs not void to Alliance and Belfs to Horde. Give Horde ogres and give Alliance Nagas. Is there no Nagas here? Wait, hold on. Pause. Blood of Draenei. Ogre, Furblock, Kultir, and Magar. Nagas! Right, we're doing it like that because that needs to be like, okay, cool. I would love to have Manari on the Horde, just like the red Draenei. Just like I think they're so much cooler. Like they're so cool. I know they don't like fit in the lore that much, but you know. Why is this server like almost done? Holy shit! Wait, what? Anyways. Nagas. Where is Nagas? They didn't put Nagas, dude. They put Murlocs, but they didn't put Nagas. Dude, Naga is so cool. Dude, Naga is so cool. Especially if they like animate the snake part of their body really well, so like when you're turning, the tail kind of follows after. I think that'd be so cool. I would easily play Horde Naga. Give Alliance Nagas. Give Alliance Nagas. Or make them mutual faction. Like make a faction. Make Dark Iron Dwarves Horde. Make Goblins mutual faction. I think Goblins mutual is like, it's so weird because I want the Cataclysm Goblin model, but they're like so much better than like vanilla WoW models. It's kind of weird. Even Pandaren are like way better than like the base model. Like they didn't get really reworked until like much later. Like they were already like pretty clean. How do you feel about neutral races? I like them. I don't like them. If a neutral race is added, what level should be forced? Be forced to choose a faction? Just choose it at level 1 to 10. Like, out of 10, how much do you like the current racial trait system in WoW? Various resistances, weapons. I think it's awful. I honestly think it's awful. I like it for the RPG perspective. I don't like it for the gameplay perspective. I mean, I'll give it like a 1. Do you feel about rebalancing racial abilities in Classic Plus? No rebalance needed. Remove combat racials so that all races can perform the same in their chosen spec. Allow changes. Allow you to change your ratios to whatever combination you want. By some mechanism in game. I would love that. Balance them for all races, but don't change the soul of the system. Ratios create FOMO. Remove them. I'm like remove them. I don't know, remove them. Like they're definitely FOMO. But balance all races, don't change the soul of the system. This sounds really good. Allow you to change your ratios to whatever combination you want by some mechanism. I think there should be some variation of this. And the reason I thought about this is like, for example, you have Berserking and Orcs have Bloodlust, right? Or what the fuck do Orcs have? Berserker Rage? No. What the hell again? Berserking and... It's not Berserker Rage. I forgot what fucking Orcs have. Horde player, by the way. We all know I'm a Blood Elf Horde player. I'm not the real Horde, and I'm just that fake, Rainbow Cock mount. Rainbow Cock Horde. Okay. That being said, I actually do love Orc. Like, Orc is like one of my favorite races. I'm a Draenei fan now, but yeah. And I actually don't like Bloodlords anymore. I like them like visually. I just don't like that they got nerfed because they're like Arcane Torrent, Mana Tap. Especially like Arcane Torrent was just too strong and they like removed it. So how I would do this is this. Trolls have their version of their mini Bloodlust. You should be able to choose something similar to that. Or some sort of attack. Like there should still be like a best racial. And I don't want you to remove the strong ones. I want the weaker races to add them. I think you should remove the weapon racials. Like, I'm choosing human female because I want to have the weapon for swords so I can use swords better. It's kind of mid. Like, Orcs using axes is cool, but then give you like I don't think you should be able to change it later, right? It should be something you make at any point in the game from 1 to 60. You should be able to be like, hey, I'm ready to learn some racial, And you can be a dumbass. Maybe you get like 1 time to relearn it, You get like a point or something. Maybe they might give you it for free another time, If they do a major rework, they might change some racials or something. They can like visibly like, hey, everyone gets a rework, we choose their racial talents. And racials should have a talent. So it'll be like, I'll give you an example, right? You should get 1 offensive, you should get 1 defensive, and then you should have 1 passive, right? So passive racial, you should also keep like the other ones. Like if you have like increase like enchanting and stuff, that's like, who cares? Like I keep that, Maybe give it so every class has like undeads maybe have like alchemy is better on them, just like goblins or whatever, But you should get like a maximum of like 4 racial options, and they should all have their own categories. 1 defensive, 1, and it can be more like, so like obviously the human PvP trinket, everyone is going to choose that, but then have it so like you could either remove stun, remove fear, or remove roots, something like this, like escape artists from gnomes, right? And then the other option can be like stun resist, fear resists, so like with passive, or hardiness, and then for the active damage racials, in my opinion, this is like I know people are gonna hate me for this, and people are gonna be like, that's stupid, that's not WoW. I think it is very WoW because WoW vanilla likes to give you options. There's a lot of options in vanilla. There's a lot of pre-bis paths, and this is like the best one, but you can have like this and that, and I think this should be for endgame, like the tier pieces as well. I know I'm getting a little sidetracked here, but the tier pieces from raids and stuff, they should give you like more options. They should give you like holy prots, whatever, rats, whatever, right? So and even like fire frost, whatever, right? So first of all, the damage racial as well should be something that you're like clicking on. You're clicking on it and then you activate it. And let's say, I'll give you an example. Let's say you choose, you can have the passive one, right? So you can choose between active or passive. First of all, in damage, it would be active. Like it wouldn't be like, hey, active. It'll say active or passive. So for example, it could be something like has a chance to proc healing you for X amount, doing X amount, right? Like the new undead racial, right? Touch of Grave, I think it's called, or whatever it's called. It heals you, does shadow damage. Maybe if you're like a shadow damage spec, like maybe subtlety rogue is shadow damage, like stealth shadow damage, and shadow priest and warlock, right? So it might be like, oh, it might be worth going like their version of Touch of Grave. Now, how you would add it where it makes sense for each race is, let's say you have a Draenei, right? You play your Draenei, you're leveling, and you know Draenei's have Gift of the Naru. That's their defensive racial, right? They can have the other ones, or they can have Gift of Naru, right? They can keep it or change it. The effect when you use your defensive racial would still look like Gift of the Naru, like you'll still have that thing. Adversely, if you have an offensive racial, it should also like look like Gift of the Naru, or it's like they don't have to like make it like super flashy and stuff. It could just be like the glowing thing is up, or the Gift of the Naru shows when your cooldown is up, but then when you use it, it goes away. Something like this, right? If you know what Gift of the Naru is, go look it up. Yeah, right. You get a little symbol on your forehead that you see Draenei's use. Now, what I would say is for their active offensive racial, they or maybe you can like choose between defensive and offensive racial. Maybe you have to like choose between the defensive and offensive. But how I would imagine it's like this: you have one defensive, one one offensive, right? So what would happen? And they should be long cooldowns. They should be like a 5-minute cooldown. It shouldn't be something you're like using all the time in PvP. It should be like, oh, that's his 5-minute cooldown, right? You only have to use this trinket, and it shares cooldown with trinkets, etc., etc., etc. Right? So, for example, and it can be like cleanse poison and stuff. All that stuff would be good, right? But just you have to choose one. You can't be like, is he a cleanse poison rogue, or is he like a, is he like a get over those snares? And obviously, one would be like stuns. Everyone almost has a stun, right? But you know that rogues are always going to be like disgusting because they're stunned. So most people might pick stun resist or the stun cleanse, right? Now, how I would do it is this: you have your offensive racial. It will still look like Gift of Naru, again using the Draenei as an example. But let's say you want to use an offensive, right? So this is two different abilities. The first one is called, like, they could just have the same thing, but maybe change like the icon, but the text could be Gift of the Naru, hardiness, Gift of the Naru, poison cleansing, whatever, make some cool name for it, like, anti-venom, Gift of the Naru, whatever. But for the offensive version, and I say this a lot, the offensive version should be like this: you choose between like Bloodlust or Blood Fury, whatever, or Berserking for like trolls. And what would happen is this: you wouldn't get the Berserking troll icon red glow. You would just get a Gift of the Naru thing again, right? Maybe it looks a bit different. Maybe it's like red instead, like a red Naru or whatever, or it's gold and the other one's blue, like offensive, defensive, whatever. Just like a little tweak, nothing too fancy. Or if Blizzard doesn't change anything about it at all, that's fine. And what it would do is it wouldn't be called Berserking. It would be called like Gift of the Naru Zealotry, Gift of the Naru, blah blah blah. What this would do, it would work exactly like Berserking, give you exactly the same percentage and buffs and blah blah blah. Homogenize the fuck out of racials, because I do think racials 100% should just be homogenized. You shouldn't be able to pick like yes, Tauren maybe there should be like some uniqueness to some racials. Like maybe Tauren has a better stun resist, or Orc has a better stun resist, but you should still get it if you're not another race. And also give everyone one weapon option type. If it's and if it's like you're not using weapons, let it be like do 1% more damage of frost, fire, arcane, shadow, whatever. Maybe don't give like mages the option to choose shadow, but be like, I'm a gnome mage, I want to be really good at being a fucking frost gnome mage, right? I want the berserking, but for my weapon racial, I don't want to choose staves or whatever. I just want to have that one extra frost damage. That one extra frost damage is not equivalent, obviously, to a weapon racial skill. But the other races, like humans and stuff, like, yeah, they'll get nerfed, but it'll be like you could choose between swords or maces, or daggers, right? Or whatever weapon you have, like staves, whatever's available to your class. It should be class tied as well. So for example, you're a hunter. You're playing a hunter. You're Draenei hunter. I'm using Draenei a lot. I can change it, whatever. Troll, right? Trolls have better bows, but you know, like, your favorite weapon type is a gun. Or you're playing a gnome and you're a gnome hunter for some reason. I don't know why the fuck you'd want to be that. Or human hunter. You'd obviously choose like gun or bow or crossbow, right? You're choosing one of those. And then that would be your preferred weapon type. Your raid leader will know, hey, this is the guy that likes crossbows. He's going to do 1% more damage. You can argue for weapons. Like, I'm going to choose swords 9 out of 10 times on all my classes that are melee because I like swords. If you're an orc, you're probably going to choose axes because you like axes. You know, but you could be the orc that likes swords. I might choose a fucking sword orc. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not saying it's like... And then you'll have that option. It's locked. Done deal. You can't choose it. You can't change it except for that one time you can change one of your talent points. Or they'll give you like a one-time cleanse. You make a mistake or something. One time. Maybe you get another one in like 2 years. You know? But it's not a thing you can buy with gold. It's not a thing you can... And it cleanses your talent tree. You can't just go to raid and I'm gonna argue for sulfurous because I have mace specialization on my orc and blah blah blah. You should go in WoW being like, this man just has an affinity. It should be like an RPG thing where it's like, I have an affinity for maces. You know, like, you like about, like, I knew from the start when I was born, I came out of my mother's womb and had a fucking big ass 4-handed fucking sword. Actually, I had 2 of them, sorry. I had 2-handed swords, right? Ready to fucking blade storm motherfuckers to death. That's what I wanted. I knew from the start I was going to be a sword enjoyer. I like maces. I like axes. Call me generic. Call me basic. But swords are fucking cool, right? So let me be that guy. Let me be the fucking Samuro fucking from the Burning Blade clan. The orcs that use the fucking katanas and they're on fire. Like, that's cool as fuck to me. I like that shit. But I want 2 of them. So, you know, I'm kind of greedy. That being said, Red Paladins have dual wield as well, by the way. That being said, I do like that they're 100, but, you know, what I was going to say is, if you can, give every race some kind of racial that is themed around their shit, you know? And that means new race. Some races like gnome and stuff, they don't have like an offensive racial. They have just a defensive one. It'll still be cool for them, you know? Like Stoneform, that could be like a thing for maybe like gnomes as well, you know? Or Taurens can have like a version of Stoneform, you know? Like just make them dark or something when they puppets, you know? Make you like bleed resistance. Those are all part of the defensive racial. And there's so many cool racials, but it's like tied. Like cannibalism, it doesn't make sense for anyone else but undead to have it. But if you're Death Knight, you should be able to have it if they are Death Knights. Let cannibalism be a thing for Death Knights and undead. Maybe it could be for Tauren as well. I don't know. Like, okay, I'm joking. Hey, there could be like a animal version of cannibalism where you can only eat animals instead of humanoids, you know? And let that be like a troll racial, orc racial or something, you know? And maybe humans have it, but they can eat plants. Fucking alliance. Fucking alliance dogs. Anyways, and Draenei can eat elements. Just like start gnawing on like a fucking piece of like an element's freaking toe or something. Just like, yes, okay, fire elements. I was thinking of like the giants, like the elemental giants, not the fire elementals and the water elementals that clearly don't have a feet. They'll just like gnaw on their like gem on their like wrist or something. I don't know. And they should do the full cannibalism animation. Just like just no, okay, I'm joking. Okay, maybe not that, but they can sit down and like just eat like regular people, human food, you know. That's what I would say. I'm not gonna go too much into it, but that's what I would say. Yeah, I think I made my point very clear on how I would like the racials. I thought this was gonna be like a lot longer, but it's pretty closely done, right? To be fair, this video is like 40 minutes long. Maybe it's okay if this video is a bit shorter. Okay, so let's see here. Anything else I would change about the racials? So I'm pretty clear. I could give another example of how the racials should change. It could be something like, I would like to say something like if there is a racial, like, so like I'll use dwarves as an example. If they're got an offensive racial, you can take the same example where their offensive racial will just give them like a stone form effect, and you know that's their racial. You don't have to know what it is. Like, I think there should be some kind of racial ambiguity. You should know, like, oh yeah, it's a dwarf, he's using stone form, but he could be using his offensive racial. But maybe like just change it, if it's like so much of a problem in PvP, just change it to it's like offensive, like make it just red, but make it like that dark stone form color, but then make it red, you know. And then again, allow him to have, you know, gun specialization or axe specialization or a mace. Like, you choose what you want, you know. Maybe allow you to have two of them, you know. Maybe it can be like fire and frost or shadow and fire, or obviously some of them will just be very obvious, but then it can be like, but for melee classes it's always very diverse with weapon racials, right? So it could be like it'd be like offensive, defensive, skill, you know, whatever. Profession racial stuff, like either remove it or give everyone something that makes sense to them. Humans can be better engineers, orcs can be better, you know, whatever, leather workers, blacksmiths maybe, trolls better leather workers, maybe better at skinning or something, like, or like a worgen has these simple things that just make a lot of sense. I think that's fine. I do think that's fine and dandy. Anyways, so let's go with how would you feel about cross-faction play in Classic Plus? Check all that apply. Either you make it no factions at all and just let everyone play with everyone, guild, whatever, or completely keep it separate. Allow for dungeon raids, PvP. Either, I like that there's an option I can type here. So either make it full cross-play, guilds, raids, harder modes, random LFG, or make it 0 cross-faction. Either or is fine for me. Thank you for the survey. Arts. Okay. How do you feel about the current faction dynamic? Maintain the two faction dynamic. It's critical to the lore. Add a third faction. It would keep the game fresh. That would keep the game very fresh. I'm not gonna lie. It would be very hard to do that. I highly doubt they would add that. Factions are obsolete. Get rid of them entirely. I like all of these opinions. I think they're all good. I think they're all really good. Maintain the two faction dynamic. It's critical to the lore. Add a third faction. It is critical to the lore, but I'm gonna put no opinion because like, you're for the horde, but like, I want to play a Draenei, and I want to play with my guild. I don't want to have to like leave them or play on a PvE server. I think it's like it all depends on if they add war mode as well. So my biggest take is this: if they add war mode, so I do check my phone sometimes because my kid might be like, she might like need to be picked up because she might have like peed herself or something. Sorry, I'm shouting out here, Louisa. You're just a kid. You're just a baby. It's okay. It happens. She's like watching this like 10 years from now, like motherfucker. Yeah. If they do like, I mean, if they add a third faction, it would be the craziest thing. I think adding a third faction would definitely like. It definitely would be like super hype for sure. But the dynamic is crucial. It's just going to be a lot of horde players. I'm sorry, it's just going to be a lot of horde players. A third faction would spice things up because it's not left or right anymore. It's like, like in another game I play, which is called For Honor, we have three factions. We have the samurai, we have the knights, and we have the Vikings. These are like three major factions. You have to join one at the beginning because they like dominated the lands. So if you're playing a Chinese character, like they call them the Wulin, you're still part of the Horde, you know, you're still part of the Vikings. The Vikings are the red one, so I'm going in the Horde. And actually, the majority of players pick the red one. So whatever faction color it is, if they add a purple faction, I might be considered to reroll, but there's going to be so, like, it has to be like, is the neutral faction going to allow you to play certain races in it where there's no orcs and humans, but there is like all the other races? And maybe like some newer races? Like, are you adding like a whole new race combination? Like, is it going to be like Draenei, Blood Elf, Worgen, and Goblin in that fourth faction, and then all the people want to play those go there? Because that would really mess things up, you know? And is that third faction going to be able to play with the other faction? So it's like, it's really interesting. It would be like the coolest thing they can do. I would like to have a third faction. Would keep the game fresh. I 100% think the third faction would give it. I don't mind any of these, to be honest. Like, factions are obsolete. They maintain that they're critical for the lore. Like, it is critical. I'll go with the third faction because I think that's like the coolest thing. A third faction, like, if it's done well. Should gear mounts be faction specific, cosmetically at least? It should all be collectible. Yeah, keep it horde looking horde, alliance looking alliance. If we're talking about like a human using, like you already can kind of do that, like with the ZG Tiger Raptor and like the Baron River there mount, right? Like there's already like cross faction mounts already. Those are limited, like. Yeah, I don't want to say like an orc or a lightsaber, but I think it would be cool because you could be like, yeah, I fucking went in and I slain a lightsaber and I took her lightsaber because like I was able to tame it. Like that is kind of cool. Like that is cool from a perspective. Or you're a night elf and you tame a raptor or something, but like, or wolf even. That is pretty cool. That is very Warcrafty, but it's like, I don't know. It should all be collectible. I'm all for it. Like, you know, I think it'd be too much. It'd be kind of weird. Like, it wouldn't feel like vanilla anymore. But we're not trying to make vanilla. We're just trying to make vanilla plus, right? Or classic plus, right? Should certain content like quests or objectives be? I think yes and no at the same time. Like there should be equivalence to it. There should be an equivalent item to said, you know, it should be an equivalent version of it. I definitely think so. Lower the volume a little bit. I'm sorry. I'm like fucking with the volume because it just looks really loud, but I'm not like, I just wanted a little bit of background noise. Okay, this is the last question and then we're pretty much done, right? Should the regular auction house be cross-faction? No, you can only use the neutral auction house. I don't think this would matter because, like, what does this actually accomplish? There's going to be super servers for sure. There's like, we can argue it. There's at least going to be 2 servers, maybe 3, you know, maybe 3. And the third one is going to be hardcore, you know. I don't think that you should be able to choose like, I'm trying to think how much damage or how much good it would apply. Like, you're funding the enemy faction sounds kind of weird. I'm just gonna leave it as neutral. Like, leave it the neutral auction houses. Get a drink of water, guys. I'm just dying here, talking way too much. And that's it. I'm soon done. We only have systems left. So for the next 2 videos, there'll be a systems. We'll be doing economy and reputation and more survey. Don't know what that means. And this is sorry. And so we did factions and races and professions. Okay, cool. Factions, races, and professions. Wait, okay, yeah. Factions, races, yeah. Okay, just like timestamp that shit right there. So, okay, cool. Yeah. As always, thank you for watching. Hope you guys have a pleasant day, evening, night, whatever. I do appreciate you guys coming in and watching. And if you like this kind of content, share it with a friend, give it a like. Helps me a lot with the algorithm. Share it in your Discords, whatever. If you want, you know, be that one guy that like sends a lot of videos to their friend. Like, be that one guy. Just send this video to him. And go and check the other videos out. There should be a playlist somewhere. Maybe on somewhere on the screen or in the description, or it might even be like an autoplay. But somewhere on the screen right now should have the next video or the previous video. Go check it out. I'll make a whole playlist on this. Again, I hope we get the Classic Plus that we all want, so we all deserve. I hope Blizzard goes all out. I look forward to the next 10 years of WoW. If not, you know, there's always that Riot MMO to come and fuck us over. But yeah, guys, thank you so much. Thank you for watching. I appreciate it. I hope you guys have a good one. I'll catch you in the next video. Peace.